Hello everyone and welcome to Zenless Zone Zero's Deadly Assault. This reset is rough. Vesper is incredibly restrictive unless you have Arya, Dead End Butcher wants you to field another Anomaly team, and the selectable buffs are quite narrow. There's an Anomaly, a Bloom ice damage buff clearly designed for Promia, but I guess Arya and Vivian can use parts of it. The other Anomaly buff realistically only works on Miyabi, and the Rupture buff is tailored for S-Rank Billy. That's a big part of the roster without any extra buffs available. Still, let's try to navigate this reset the best we can. I'll also showcase the best runs from my day 1 free-to-play account. Let's get right into it, starting with the biggest problem here, Vesper. This is one of the most restrictive bosses we've had in Deadly Assault so far. If you have Arya, you're fine. If you don't, not so much. I don't own Promia myself, but with Vesper's ice resistance, I'd much rather save her for Dead End Butcher. For fun, I tried to make the cheapest possible Arya clear I could manage, and it ended up being a 2-cost team with Arya, Lycan and Zhao. It's not exactly enjoyable to play, but it works if your account is limited or if your other idols are busy elsewhere. Quick reminder, Aether Veil increases Vesper's stun damage multiplier, and Zhao is currently the only real free-to-play option for activating it. That alone gives her a lot of value here. If you missed the change last time, Vesper no longer has crit damage reduction, which opens up more options. Strong Aether Veil teams that are not fire or ice can clear now. Here's an example with my Yixuan, and I assume Yeshengwang should do fine as well. Older Disordered teams will struggle unless you have some vertical investment. I actually think it's better to save these teams for Dead End Butcher instead. Thankfully, Butcher is pretty straightforward. He takes reduced damage unless you trigger Disorder, so Miyabi is an easy and safe pick thanks to the dedicated buff she gets this cycle. That said, most well-invested Disorder teams should clear comfortably, especially if you have Nangongyu to carry. And if you own Promia, this is definitely where I'd use her. That leaves us with the Thrall. Ideally, you want to throw your strongest Rupture team at it, if you still have one available. Neither the boss nor the Rupture buff require Aether Veil, so secondary Rupture teams with Pan Yinhu can work as well. And of course, Yeshengwang can still push well over 30k points in her stronger teams, despite barely benefiting from the selectable buffs. So after testing different setups, these are the teams I ended up using. You can find the full builds at the end of the video. Running 2 Anomaly teams in Deadly Assault feels pretty bad while Nangongyu remains best in slot for both, but maybe the new wind weaknesses on some bosses will eventually open up more team options. Anyway, that's it for this reset. If you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. It's free and really helps the channel. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the video.
めに。やっ見せる。勝利を上となし、動乱はこれに次ぐ。やっ終わりだ。やっハエトーン様のバカンス中です。ほらほらリラックスして。やっさやっさやっはっはっちれやっさやったやっ目障りトントンを断ち切る。悪直残はっ放棄なのです。好きをさっせはっちれだはっやっやっやっ刀はもう鞘ださっやっ私たちの海から出てきて。やっはっはっはっやっださやっはっはっはっするっトップラインはっ気を出してね。ダメよハエトーン様のために。
颯のごとく。どうとせ生徒だ。一心陰陽創生。陰陽天下。もはや名数は尽きた。知れ。油断するなよ。ここだ。邪魔くさいやつだ。
クレーム今さら遅いですって。
隙が多いぞ。
突撃決済撃破。一戦の物語からさ。
ジャスに滅殺。シュー両親を共に滅す。神気がたぎる。どうとせ生徒だ。 った助言
もしもーし、これがあんたのマスタですよ。エレテリアスにはエリクワリー
もはや名数は尽きた必死引用創生引用転化
エリクなる友よ、我らの答えだ。
せいだ
私だけ
颯のごとく
突撃決済撃破。
邪水滅殺命ずる僕、楽しい3、2、1、チーズ流星スパイラルハンカ水道式のこの瞬間、放送をリアルにどいつもこいつも全員とつきましたる。これはどう？ボコスカハリケーン。ゆうちゃん、休み時間だよ。僕もうちょい寄って。おれ私を見て。思いっきり歌うから。天使の必殺技タイムトゥーウィーク。